right, let's check this out. This is hilarious.
To them. And now I want to put this past me so I can deliver for the American people.
The thing is, Congressman-elect, integrity means, yes, carrying yourself with honor, but it means telling the truth, being a person of integrity. And if I were one of those in New York's 3rd District right now that the election is over, and I'm finding out all of these lies that you've told, not just one little lie or one little embellishment, these are blatant lies. My question is, do you have no shame? Do you have no shame in the people who are now you're asking to trust you to go?
Here we go. What's his response?
For them, their families, and their kids in Washington?
Tulsi, I can say the same thing about the Democrats and the party. Look at Joe Biden. Joe Biden's been lying to the American people for 40 years. He's the president of the United States. Democrats resoundingly support him. Do they have no shame? I've made this very clear.
This is not about the Democratic Party, though.
Exactly. Now, here we go. All right, so check this out, right? So this dude, is it true that politicians lie? Absolutely. People lie. But again, like Tulsi said, this isn't about Joe Biden or the Democrats or anybody else. This is about you. And yes, politicians lie, but it's typically about, like what they're running on, what they're going to do when they're in office. But they don't typically lie about where they went to school, how many degrees they have, if what their religion is, what kind of church they go to, where they grew up. All of these types of things. Typically, that's not the level of lying that we see, which is why this is a story. You know what I mean? Like the regular corporate lies that we see all the time, that's run of the mill. But this motherfucker lied about every single last goddamn thing about himself. Like, nah, bro. And again, for Tulsi Gabbard, and I'm no fan of hers because she went from being a quote unquote progressive to working for Fox News. But even again, it's like, come on, bro. This isn't about no goddamn Joe Biden. This is about you. So let's get back to it. Hold on.
This is about your relationship, frankly, with the people who've entrusted you to go and fight for them. And I think one of the questions that really probably hits home to a lot of people is are you Jewish? We've got a letter that your campaign sent out earlier this year, which reads as follows. As a proud American Jew, I've been to Israel numerous times for educational, business, and leisurely trips. You said there in that letter that you are, quote, a proud American Jew. How do you explain that?
My heritage is Jewish. I've always identified as Jewish. I was raised a practicing Catholic. I think I've gone through this. Even I'm not being raised a practicing Jew. I've always joked with friends and circles, even in the campaign, I'd say, guys, I'm Jewish. Remember, I was raised Catholic. So look, I understand everybody wants to pick at me. I'm going to reassure this once and for all. I'm not a facade. I'm not a persona. I have an extensive career to that.
I'm not a this dude said, I'm not a facade. I'm not a persona. Like, yes, you are. That's why you lied about every single last thing about yourself. But, it's like, bro, there's really nothing you can say that's going to make you look good. There's really, if Fox News is holding your feet to the fire, it's bad. Because again, like I said, politicians lie all the time. We catch people in business lying, but again, typically it's not this steep. We're going to talk about Sam Bankman-Fried again in a minute in FTX, and yeah, they lied and there's fraud, but where he went to school and where he grew up and things like that. He didn't lie about that. Again, this is a whole nother level of depravity. This motherfucker is out of his goddamn mind, but he's in the Republican Party right where he belongs.